If the domain you want is already registered, that does not always mean the story's over. Domains expire. Owners forget to renew them. Businesses shut down. Projects change names. Sometimes a domain comes back onto the market, but here is the part that trips people up. An expired domain usually does not become available right away. It moves through a process. If you understand that process, you have a much better chance of knowing when to watch, when to wait, and when to place a back order. Let's walk through it. A domain registration is not permanent ownership. It is a renewable right to use that name for a set period of time. As long as the current registrant keeps renewing, they keep control of the domain. Nothing special happens. The domain stays registered, the website may keep working, and anyone else who wants the name has to wait, negotiate, or move on. The expiration process starts when the registrant does not renew by the expiration date. That sounds simple, but it is not a light switch. The domain usually enters a renewal grace period first. During this stage, the current owner may still be able to renew it. The website or email might stop working, parking pages might appear, or the registrar might show the domain as expired, but the old owner can often still recover it. That is why you should not see an expired date and assume the name is yours for the taking. If the owner still does not renew, the domain can move into a redemption stage. At this point, recovery is usually more restricted and may cost the prior registrant more. The exact rules depend on the domain extension, the registry, and the registrar. After that, one of a few things can happen. The domain might be deleted and released back into the available pool. It might be routed through an expired domain auction. It might be listed in closeout. Or the original owner might still renew before the process is finished. That is the key point. Expiration is a life cycle, not a single moment. Two domains can both look expired and still follow different paths. One might go to auction. One might drop. One might get renewed late. One might never create a realistic opportunity at all. So what should you do if there is a domain you care about? First, track it before the deadline gets close. Do not rely on manually typing the name into a search box every few weeks. By the time a domain looks available in a normal search, the real opportunity may already have passed. Second, understand the status. Is the domain still active? Has it expired? Is it in a stage where the owner can still renew? Is it moving toward auction or deletion? You may not always get perfect visibility, but watching the timeline helps you make better decisions. Third, decide whether the domain is worth a backorder. A backorder is a request to try to acquire a domain if it becomes available through the expiration or drop process. It is not a guarantee. Other people may want the same name. The old owner may renew it. The domain may end up in auction. There are variables you cannot control, but a backorder puts you in position. Instead of remembering to check at the right second, you set up the intent ahead of time. This is where Catches helps. Catches is built for people who need to monitor domains, follow expiration opportunities, and place back orders without turning the process into a spreadsheet project. You can search for a domain, add names to your watch list, monitor expiring domains, and place a back order when a name matters enough to pursue. For founders, that might be the clean domain for a new brand. For agencies, it might be a client domain that should not be missed. For e-commerce operators, it might be an upgrade from a longer or weaker name. For domain investors, it might be a filtered list of expiring names worth tracking closely. The practical rule is simple. If a domain matters, start watching it early. Do not build a launch plan around a domain you do not control yet. Do not assume an expired date means the domain will be available tomorrow. And do not assume a backorder guarantees the outcome. Use the lifecycle to make better decisions. Here is the clean version. A domain is registered. If it is renewed, nothing changes. If it expires, the current owner may still have time to recover it. If it is not recovered, it may move toward auction, closeout, deletion, or release. If you want a shot at it, You need to be watching before the final moment. Catches helps with that workflow. Watch the names, understand the opportunity, place the back order, and stay ready without checking everything by hand. If there is a domain you do not want to miss, add it to catches and start tracking it now.